Well, here we are on day 60 of the Healing Quest. I hope that you have enjoyed this series because I really enjoy putting all of these videos together. So I hope that you have subscribed so that you can join us on the next video series that we do for Widow 180. But for today's video, on this last day, I want to share something that I wish I knew when I first became a widow. And I just read this book. It's by Mary Frances O'Connor. It's called The Grieving Brain. She studies grief, but more specifically, the neuroscience behind grief. So, not just this is what grief feels like, but why grief feels the way that it does. And in the book, she says, grieving or learning to live a meaningful life without our loved one is ultimately a type of learning. Because learning is something we do our whole lives, seeing grieving as a type of learning may make it feel more familiar and understandable and give us the patience to allow this remarkable process to unfold. So think about this. When you first got married, you had to learn to live with your spouse. You had to learn all of their moods and their cues, their routines, their little quirks, things that they did. You learned to adapt to living with them. And now you're learning a new way of life. This new way of life, you're having to learn to live without them. You're learning your own new routines and you're learning your own new habits. You're adjusting to a different life and you're adapting. And that takes time. It doesn't happen quickly. So be patient with yourself as you learn to live this new life. Have some compassion for yourself. When you understand that grieving is also learning, that will give you hope. That will give you the ability to see that you can and you will learn to live again and thrive again. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me on the Healing Quest this summer. Be sure to subscribe so that you can see all of the next videos. But your mission for today is to reflect on the past 60 days. How have you changed and grown? What days or what videos really stand out to you the most? Which ones did you enjoy acting on? How have you made progress this summer? And what will you continue working on the rest of the summer? Tell us in the comments.